Am I overreacting or is my boyfriend a childish a-hole? This is a 30-year-old female. Her boyfriend is 54 years male. Yes, you read the ages right. He is 54 and I am 30. And no, unfortunately, this is not rage bait. We got together when I was 27 and he was 52. I am planning to start an herb garden and I texted him this morning saying I was excited because the seeds I ordered are supposed to come in the mail today. I have attached the convo. I know a lot of grown men are immature, but this is just pathetic, right? This is very abnormal behavior a man his age. Am I wrong? Also, for context, the Marcia he mentions in the last screenshot is his ex wife. And his response to my last messages was literally WTF ever. Should I just cut my losses and run? Here are the texts. My seeds should come in the mail today. I'm excited. Okay, who gives an S? Gosh darn. And you wonder why I'm so mean to you all the time. Grow up. You're an angry elf. Wow, they're both toxic. Gosh, you're embarrassing. Wow, with a little extra mean. If that's how you feel, why are you with me? I guess you're just using me. Figures. I just want you to not be negative every time I say something. That's literally all I want, lol. OMG, it's called a joke. I know you're always joking, it's just not funny. And then a link to spiritualityhealth.com joking too much in a relationship. Okay, Marcia, so sorry. Okay, please just leave me alone for the rest of the day. I tried to speak with you reasonably. I just want to be able to share things I'm excited and happy about with my partner without always getting a sarcastic or snide response or a joke. I didn't think that was asking too much, but I guess it is. So sorry for inconveniencing you. Gosh, you are nuts. I was just kidding. Don't contact me the rest of the day. I am not nuts. And then it says red. I wouldn't even respond. I would just let it sit. If someone responded, okay, Marsha, or the after the who gives an S, I wouldn't have even responded there. But there's an update. Hi everyone. I just needed to step away from Reddit for a few days to do some soul searching, and also the amount of comments and messages I was getting became kind of overwhelming. I haven't replied to most of them, but I will try to. Anyway, we got into an argument yesterday. He thinks the biggest problem in our relationship is the stupid S I buy on Etsy and Amazon. And I told him that he does not respect me, he never has, and that he has the emotional maturity of a teaspoon. First off, the things he's complaining about versus the things that you are complaining about, you guys are incompatible, in my personal opinion. Yes, I do think he is childish. You are not overreacting. And I don't even think you gave much of an overreacting reaction to begin with, but you guys did bicker back and forth, which is totally common in relationships and just with tit for tat people. What do you call it? People who are who like to talk back. There's a word for that. There's a certain type of person who they're always trying to retaliate for absolutely nothing. And it's usually older men who are alone, in my personal experience, or older men, period. They might have money, but they're still really immature. Petty. That's what it's called. Petty. He's very petty. The things that you're complaining about are a big deal. You're complaining that he's being childish, especially for his age, which is a huge red flag. He's complaining that the problem with your relationship is that you're buying things from Amazon and Etsy, which is crazy because one, that's fixable. That's something you can stop. Being childish is something you have to work on for years to undo or actively catch yourself and walk on eggshells around that person. So they need some time to themselves to figure out why they're doing this. I also told him that he is not the person he thinks he is. His response was basically that I should just cut the BS because I'm not going anywhere, which, as some of you said, he continues to behave this way because he knows I won't do anything about it. So now I have to start getting funds together for an apartment and have applied to a few places. I wanted to have something solid before I do leave, which I'm sure a lot of you will say is a bad idea, but it's all I have for now. I also have my parents to lean on. Yes, I grew up with very loving and supportive parents, so it's not their fault I'm an idiot. Taking accountability, that's always very sexy. I do really appreciate all the comments and messages, as harsh as some of you were. I did post about him before several months ago, and obviously nothing has changed. Some of you were particularly harsh on him, which is probably what I needed. I got a few good laughs from some of you too. I knew when I posted that last post and this one exactly what the comments would be. And I don't know, maybe I did it because I simply wanted to have the masses agree with me. Yeah, sometimes you need some sort of validation that what you're thinking is the correct path to propel you to move forward or motivate you into getting your life together so that you can leave this person, which I know is silly. That's not what this subreddit is for, but it was kind of comforting in a way. I have always been very trusting and forgiving of others to a fault. A very naive part of me thinks maybe things could be different, but I know logically that they won't. Wishful thinking? will get you in any relationship. If you have any form of wishful thinking, that's already a red flag. Things are not going to work unless you guys have communicated, talked about it, and you both are willing to move forward in fixing, not just one person fixing their thing, but you're also fixing something. If you fix this, I promise I'll fix this. It helps you guys gamify it and work together towards a goal, which is very attractive because you both want to have a successful relationship. I do want to address a few things and answer some questions that I saw in the comments. If only for the sake of my sanity, I don't think I have a very good job of representing myself so far, and I've let out some info. So, of course, a lot of assumptions have been made. Some of you will think I'm terrible or stupid, I'm sure, but that's okay. I like her sense of self and accepting her reality. I do have a job. I work full time for the county. I live in a major metropolitan area, make good money, and the benefits are really good too. My issue is that I have always been terrible with money. I do give him money each month as rent to take care of internet, water, and other utilities. I also pay for my car insurance, and student loan payments all on my own. He only helps me financially when I need it, like with a big or unexpected expense. He does have money. He's not a millionaire, but he's a miser when it comes to money. This is the most financially stable situation I've been as an adult. So I think that's another thing that causes me to hesitate when it comes to leaving. I've been in this situation before when I was very young, and I wasn't even in my 20s yet. I was 18, going on 19. I was very excited to be in a very grown up relationship, but I still needed some time to grow. And you need to establish yourself first before going into a relationship, before going on dates, because there are lots of adult things that come with dating. Do adult things on your own first. If you want to go out with friends. If you want to go to a fabulous restaurant that's new and you want to experience it with someone, do that with a girlfriend. Go with friends or have a mixed group of friends. You don't necessarily have to count on someone romancing you to have a good time or going out or doing anything that is low budget. If you don't have a lot of money that week, you don't have to rely on someone else to come through for you and help you with your bills. You can spend time and have the same type of quality experience with friends who are also in the same boat, getting their bearings in the career world. For example, you will have people that you see eye to eye with who are going to be your friends. You have a lot more in common with them. Your age is closer. You guys have similar experiences and you guys hang out and you guys don't have to spend money to go out necessarily. You can just hang out at someone's place, your friend's place. That's okay. Marcia, his ex-wife, is no saint. If anything, she's as toxic and unwell as he is, if not more so. That's crazy. I know those exist. I've encountered people like this who come with the package of dating someone new. This was her third husband. She left me threatening voicemails and sent threatening Facebook messages where she threatened to post nude photos of me. She got off his phone. How does she have access? Got in my face and told she was going to beat the ass out of me. She figured out where my parents live and showed up there for some reason. What? She egged my car. That takes off the paint when it dries, so that is vandalism for sure. She cracked eggs all over my car, a 50-year-old woman. The kicker to all of this is that it all happened after their divorce was finalized. She's obviously very bitter. You can't take this personally. She's taking it personally. So just find cameras. If you have a parking structure, ask your property management company for that building to supply some cameras if that's possible. If you need to get the sheriff to subpoena it, you can figure that out. Go to the courthouse. They'll help you. Look things online first. Obviously, do your research. ChatGPT will help very much. Make sure that your car situation is taken care of because that is a crime. He has a daughter who is 23 with autism and is developmentally disabled. She's literally an angel and I love her. She does not live with us, but she visits a ton. We have so much fun. I love taking her to do things and spending time with her. I think the thought of saying goodbye to her is the most devastating part of all of this. We have 2 cats together, and although I take care of them and they're closer to me, I have no doubt he will try to say they are his cats just because he paid for their adoption fees. He doesn't care to have them, but I do think he will try to fight me on it just to be spiteful. I do not want to have to say goodbye to them either. Anyway, thank you all again for engaging with me. I'm not sure if I will keep this account for much longer, but I have a plan and I'm going to take care of myself. Good on you, girl. It sounds like she is preparing to leave the situation, which I highly recommend in this place because the faster you get out of there, the better you'll be. If you have to move in with your parents very temporarily while you save up a little bit, don't get too comfortable relying on your parents. I know you are 30 years old. We're the same age. So I wouldn't rely on anyone and I would learn to adult and save my money as well as I can. Stop spending on Etsy and Amazon for a little bit. Just a little bit of sacrifice will take you a long way. 2 weeks of pay, save it and don't spend it. I know it's hard for that 2 weeks, but it feels really good and it's mentally satisfying. It feels like protection that you can have in your heart and in your mind that gives you peace of mind, and that is very expensive. So save enough. Also, I highly recommend for 3 months. Save more for a cushion just in case things hit the fan. I know exactly what you're talking about. Sometimes it's difficult, but I also think that people shouldn't move in together until they're engaged, or at least establish the fact that they are dating for marriage and they plan on marrying you. It sounds like you guys were together in the span of time where he was still getting divorced. So that makes her really feel personally against you because you happen to potentially be the first person that was there for him when he was going through all that. So she feels like she's justified in claiming that he cheated on her for you. But we don't know the full situation. Frankly, it's none of our business. But I'm just glad you're getting your ducks in a row so that you can get out of there. As for the daughter, you can remain friends with her. I would find a way to not burn bridges. I wouldn't cut ties with her entirely. If she says hi, you say hi, but don't try to talk with her actively. You can, but there's the possibility that he could come into the equation again, and you don't want to have to deal with him, because I'm very much in the camp of exes are one and done. You guys do not come back. You do not talk to them in future. And especially when you're in a new relationship, you don't talk to that past person. You don't even fiddle with the idea. As for the cats, it sounds like he's doing this just to spite you. If you can talk him out of it, talk him out of not being about spite and framing the focus to be more of the health of the cats, the care for the cats. Make a long list of things that you do for the cats and show him, I do this every day for the cats. This is really important for them. They have created that bond with me. They imprinted on me. So here's a long list of things I know you don't want to do. If you just give me the cats, I will figure out a way to finance their lives and figure out the situation. You can always negotiate there. There are so many ways, so many tactics you can chat GPT. Because my lawyer friend, who's a commercial litigator for a lot of really big companies, he told me ChatGPT is pretty solid when it comes to law. Disclaimer, I am not a lawyer. Don't take this as law advice, but take care of yourself first and foremost and get out of there. A lot of people are saying, girl, he hates you. He calls you his ex-wife name when he's upset with you. This is why he didn't date someone his own age. You know this relationship is already over. I wholeheartedly agree. He did it on purpose. It says here in his text, it says, okay, Marcia, that's really wrong. In my personal opinion, you shouldn't ever compare people to anyone. Every time I get in a fight with someone, they compare themselves to my ex, or they compare themselves to a famous figure who they want to be like. And I think you are you and you're special, you are unique. If you don't see that, that's why I'm with you, then that's on you. It's one thing if he called you someone else's name on accident, but he is going above and beyond to press your buttons. And my whole thing is, at the end of the day, don't have any buttons for people to push. You guys were both very inflammatory the way you responded. You could have said, that's not really nice what you're saying, and it's kind of hurting my feelings. Next time, I just won't share good news with you. You can say something like that, or next time, I'll just keep the good news to myself to make it not as an attack and inflammatory. Be a little bit more gracious to them and don't send them links of Google 10 tips to fix your relationship. Guys hate that. Guys are not going to read that. They're just going to laugh when you send that, especially a guy as toxic as this. Just say, that's not really nice what you're doing. Just point it out briefly, cut away, do something else, put your phone down, do not disturb, do something fabulous. Take care of your cats, take care of your seats. If they say it's called a joke, then in future, you don't have to confront them every single time there is a challenge. What I like to do is every 10 issues, then bring it up. Don't bring up every single issue, because then you seem like you're complaining a lot if a lot of things bother you. What I would do is I would just keep it inside. Every 10, I would say something. If it's easy for you to blow up, then they're going to expect you to blow up. It's going to be easier for you to have buttons to be pressed. It's going to be easy for them to trigger you. What I would do is regulate my emotions, keep a stone face, not respond. And then when I see them next, I'll be in a good mood with them. I'll switch up. I'll be super nice. And if they keep doing that, then you can just break up with them and leave. Be the bigger person by being gracious, be kind, and voice things when they're at a point that you cannot handle it anymore. This might be your 10th situation. You confront him with what he's doing, but it sounds like he's doing this a lot, which is really annoying. Guys are annoying as well in relationships. I think when guys are annoying, it's 10 times worse than a woman being annoying, because with a woman, you kind of expect a little bit of craziness and her to be unhinged. Let me know what you think in the comments below. What would you do? I would just be silent and kind and then disappear. I would point it out where I'm perfectly fed up. It's past the point of communication. If they see that you're serious about leaving, then I feel like you're more vindicated in that sense, because you only speak up when you know you're going to act on it.